So everybody, this is Sandra Lewis, and Sandra was married to Don Lewis, who passed away nearly 5 years ago now, and Sandra is Paul Lewis's mum. And you're going, how come I don't see her at church? Well, there's a very good reason behind that, but she lives very close to the church that she goes to. Let me show it to you. It's right here. It's called a TV. Tell me about that, Sandra.
Oh, this is, of course, something that I'm very thankful for, and that is that we have church online. Because of my health situation, before COVID, I probably hadn't been to church for 10 years or so. Now I look forward to Sundays and I go to church every Sunday.
We were talking a little bit of where you've been thankful in retrospect in your life too, and there's just a really lovely story that you were telling me about. Tell us about that, Sandra.
I was bedridden for 2 years in a lot of pain. The illness that I had, my husband Don was a specialist in that area. He knew all the research that was going on, and he knew sort of everything really about it that was going on in Australia.
This is chronic fatigue, right?
Chronic fatigue syndrome, yes. And what we really knew was that there wasn't anything in Australia to help us. One day, I actually really sort of had a chat with God where I sort of said to the Lord, you know, Lord, that really there's nothing in Australia to help me, and I really want to get out of bed. So if there would be anything overseas that would help me, could you please bring it to our attention in some way? Not long after that, Don got invited to Melbourne University to meet a man called Professor Kenny D'Amelia. And Don knew of him because he was the leading researcher in chronic fatigue syndrome in the world, really. What turned out that day was that they met with each other, the professor and Don, for about an hour. At the end of that time, Don said to him, could I ask you a couple of questions about my wife because she has this illness? He replied, well, I don't like talking about patients that I haven't seen. Can I come to your place on Sunday?
Wow. And
I'll give Sandra a consultation. It was basically like having a specialist in my house. I was so ill that I had to lay full length on the couch to even talk to him. And he lay out a plan for what I should do for recovery, and it all worked.
Wow.
It was amazing. It was really amazing, and it definitely got me out of bed and able to be doing a lot of things again. Didn't cure me, but made me a lot better.
Oh, that's wonderful, Sandra. Thank you so much for sharing that story, and I know you're really thankful to God for that. So,
yeah,
and we're thankful to God for the work that your husband did in the church, and also that your son is doing right now too. So thank you.